Son d'un papier!
Oh, my wiener. Guys, what's up, and welcome to another edition of the weekly Wednesday What's Up, where this little segment I tell you everything that happened in my life within the last week or so. Let's begin. Alright, I apologize. Today I'm not going to be sort of set up with anything particular because my room is a goddamn mess. So that was kind of the main reason. And you guys let me know if this kind of like freehand style is, if you like it, if you don't like it, whatever the case may be. I'm just kind of curious. I've been testing it out, and sometimes it seems to work, but sometimes it doesn't. So, I don't know. Let me know if you like this, and that, and this, and that, okay? And how about a little bit of whoop, that. Ooh, still with me? One more time. Whoop, there, okay. I got my selfie stick fixed up and it's ready to go now, so I can go way out far, like this. Or we can even get a little close, like that. Okay, but let's go. Alright, so today I will be drinking a nice little bit of shochu here, mixed in I think with some natchan. I forgot what it's called. But I just got home from the supermarket, so it's like I'm about to have dinner and I'm about to catch a Flash, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. There's some big spoilers going on, so I just wanted to record that. I wanted to record the WWW right now and get that uploaded while I'm watching the other shows, because I actually have a lot of reactions that I need to upload. I tried to do the Flash Arrow crossover last week. I just tried to give you guys the full episode because I didn't have time to edit it, but I got tagged by YouTube, by WB, so I still need time to cut that up and upload it. But you know, for all that, there's a new episode of Flash, heavy spoilers and such, I believe. So, by the way, the drink is not natchan. I think I'll have a little bit of that right now. I wish I wash my cup out. So, the big thing today, or this week, obviously, was Tokyo. Tokyo was, you know, this is the second time I've been there in less than 2 months, actually. And then a couple weeks ago, I just came back from Korea. I am traveling like crazy, but one of the reasons that I decided to do that, besides the obvious Shingeki no Kyojin stuff, Attack on Titan, was the fact that I'm working this Christmas. So my Christmas break, I'm actually not going home this year, which is a little sad, but at the same time was just so tiring last time, and where my family lives isn't actually where I grew up, so, or even where I lived as an adult, so I didn't really want to be stuck back out in the desert of Lancaster. So, that's the main reason. That's good, natchan. It's kind of like Tang, but not as, I don't want to say unhealthy, but not as sugary, basically. That's basically what it is, alright? So, the trip for Tokyo was so nice, mainly because of the two main things, was Shingeki no Kyojin in 4DX, which was amazing, and the Shingeki no Kyojin Museum art exhibition, basically. Both of those things were just so good, and I'm not going to get into detail here. I think I'm actually going to make separate videos for these, as long as they're in my head and I'm still excited about it. I want to really talk about it there, but it is pretty cool. I really enjoyed both of those things. Nope, that's not what I want to show you. Damn it! I had a really cool omiyage, our little souvenir that I bought. Ah, here it is. Fans will recognize exactly what this is, but it's the key to the attic of Iden's dad's basement and such. Really cool. Anyway, stay tuned for a really cool video for those things. I really want to talk about them in more detail, but if I talk about them here, it'll be a 15-minute video altogether. I got video, lots of stuff, but as the place is extremely messy. Now, it was a very tight schedule though. This is the biggest problem I had, was it was an extremely tight schedule. And just like last time when I went to Tokyo, I just had no time to meet up with certain people, and even further push that, it was very frustrating because I gave detailed information about my schedule, what time I was going to be going and things like that, and it just seemed like, I don't know, they're just, you know, for example, one person that we were really trying to meet up with and we were talking for the last couple of months, I sent my schedule while I was there, and I mentioned exactly what time I was going to fly back home and such, which was 6:15, and I don't know, it was just very weird because I said, you know, let's meet in the afternoon, but this person just happened to like wake up. She said they just woke up like at 2 o'clock or something like that, and it was a bit disappointing. There was someone else that I actually brought something that I bought in Fukuoka about a year ago, and I brought it to Tokyo so I could give it to them, and they, you know, I couldn't meet up with them either. That was very disappointing because I carried around that entire thing the entire time, which was very annoying. That was very disappointing, though. And then the last disappointment was the fact that the YouTube Tokyo studio, I guess, was closed on Monday, or I couldn't make a reservation. It was very frustrating. I thought I could just kind of walk in there, get a few shots for you guys, but that did not happen. That was not the case at all. So that was kind of sad, but you know, all in all though, it was still really cool to be back in Tokyo, and it was cool to see all the different stuff. Like, I'm missing Auntie, this is gonna sound weird, but I'm missing Auntie Annie's, the pretzel shop. I found them like at the last minute, and we don't have them out here. Fukuoka is very limited on certain types of sweets and foods, and just like kind of the food that I like. There isn't a Burger King out here. There is one in Tokyo. There is one in Osaka. Auntie Annie's, TJI Fridays, there's one in Tokyo, there's one in Osaka, there's an El Torito in Osaka, there's an El Torito in Tokyo. They're very limited out here. There's a Mexican place out here, but man, if I told you the Mexican food place that was out here and how much they're charging for that kind of, and how little the food is, that's the big thing. I would spend like $30 to $40 and I would still be hungry afterwards. That should never, ever happen at a Mexican restaurant. Fuck. Sorry, I got mad, but that's the LA part of me. Okay, what I do want to get into more detail about was the Yokosuka base. That was really cool. Yokosuka base was, that was the first time that I've been on. I went to another one, the Air Force one, but this was the first time I actually went to the Navy Yokosuka base, and that was real cool. I saw some really cool stuff. On the outside, they had like a Japanese submarine, 2 Japanese submarines, or something you could see from across the park. That was real cool to see. And I think I didn't see it when I came back later. One was gone, so it had maybe submerged or something. That would have been so cool to see in person. More importantly, though, being on base, for some reason, it really felt like everybody was saying have fun in America. I'm like, okay, whatever. But yeah, I went there, and that's basically how it felt. There was nothing about Japan in there. I mean, I knew that because when I went to the Air Force base, I think it was Yotosuka or something like that, Yotosugi or something like that. It would have that same feeling, but the Air Force one was more open for some reason. This one, because I don't know, it just seemed very like, it was very weird. Like I went to this base, and I went into the supermarket in the shopping area, and I was shopping. I got some shoes, I got some snacks, I got some cereal, And when everything was finished with shopping and all that, when we actually checked out and we were walking out, it was so weird. Straight out of Walmart, there were like these kids there, high school kids or elementary school kids out there needing money, needing donations to help them graduate or go to some sort of camping trip or something like that, and they were singing, and it was exactly what you would expect at a Walmart or something, like people out there just asking for donations for some sort of charity. It was really weird, like nothing Japanese about it. And you know, I saw a lot of black people and I saw a lot of white people just walking around. It was a surreal situation, but it was real cool. Let me show you some of the things that I got, actually, real quick. Don't look at my messy room or whatever, but oh my god. Oh shit, no, that one was from Korea. Let's come back out here. Now I got a couple of Oreo cookies and some other things, but I stocked up on cereal that I love, Apple Crisp, and then Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Woo! Now all they were missing was like Rice Krispies. That was weird. That was really weird. No Rice Krispies. Because I've been wanting to make some authentic Rice Krispie treats. Not available. No, they just do not have it. It's really strange. And in terms of like the actual cereal, that was really weird. Okay. Other than that, I got some new shoes finally, because my feet has been killing me, and I've had some of the worst back problems, and I think that's been the biggest problem because my back does not hurt as much anymore. It's like these new ones, some like sort of like Skechers mattress something cushion things. Real cool, real comfortable, and it was fairly cheap, $40 or so. That was real cool. What else did I buy? I got an ankle wrap. Got a lot of weird back and leg problems and what have you not, but what else? I think that's about it. In terms of I ate at Chili's, which was kind of, Tony, I remember Chili's being a little bit better, but like with they weren't so sparingly on their ribs and the sauce. That was mainly the sauce. Maybe I should ask them for more sauce, but I have the original and then the chipotle or something. I don't know. I don't remember them being so sparingly, but it was still damn good and damn. I got mouth cum right now. I've been waiting to use that phrase for a while. But it's true. I'm all wet. Alright. You know what? Let's just end it on that note right there. If you love what you saw. Okay, I do want to mention though that the overall Tokyo trip, Shingeki stuff aside, it was really weird. This is one of the things and I've talked about this before with Fukuoka, the difference of Fukuoka people and Tokyo people. Now, in the museum, there was a girl that I was really into or whatever. I went in some kind of semi-casual cosplay, okay? I wore my Survey Corps jacket and such, right? Okay? And I was wearing it. I was walking around, and I wasn't the only one. There was this one girl that was actually cosplaying full-fledged, doing a variation of this hot, nice skirt, instead of like the white pants or whatever. And she did the boots, and I wanted to talk to her because I thought it was gonna be like, hey, we're both doing cosplay, like, hey, yeah, nice outfits. This is kind of normal. This would happen, right? And she just always gave this like bitch face attitude. Like there was many times we passed our paths crossed, but she never gave me like the time of day to like kind of engage in a conversation. I kept on like, giving that like. Like if I had breasts or whatever, notice me like that, or like whatever, like a girl, I guess. But I don't know. She was always on her like voice activated, the guidance thing for the museum. She was it looked like a phone. It was really weird. She was doing that and just kind of walking around, and she had a friend with her, but totally was in her own world. And I was like, okay, whatever, she wants to be a bitch or whatever, like that. She should have cosplayed as Annie instead. Spoiler. No. But she was doing Haji or something. That's what I realized, because she had glasses on, okay? So then later, after it was all over and I went outside to take this mega dope photo of me with the super Kyojin, well, a special Kyojin, the most famous Kyojin, I suppose. Anyways, she was looking at me. She started staring at me, and she was talking to me. She was just kind of looking at me, and, you know, her and her friend were just kind of talking about my cosplay or whatever. And I was like, but she already changed at this point. She took off everything, and that's when I realized she was cosplaying as Hanji, because she wasn't wearing glasses anymore. So I was like, what the hell? And, like, or maybe she was doing a cross cosplay of Marty from Evangelion and Hanji or something. I don't know. Whatever. The main point is she took off all of it and she was smiling at me at that point. And I was like, what the hell? And we were talking. And I was like, oh, you know, she was Hanji, because I was like, hey, you're Hanji. She was like, yeah, so and we were talking in Japanese or whatever. And I was like, what the hell? We could have like walked the entire museum together or whatever, gotten to know each other, but you know, make sure we weren't spending Christmas alone. So, it was so weird. And so then, I was just like, you know, this is shyness is just too much in Tokyo. Then, here's the other one. When I was on the way home, on my plane back to Fukuoka, I was sitting down, I'm still psyched about Shingeki no Kyojin, whatever. There was a guy right next to me reading the Shingeki no Kyojin manga, and obviously, you and I both know, you know, you would sit next to somebody, and obviously, you know, that's like a conversation starter, right? So I thought it would be dope to just show him a photo of me with the Kyojin outside, and like show him that I went to this exhibit, and I gave him my phone. I was like, yo, check this out. And he looked and he's like, oh, awesome. I was like, yeah, so na Shingeki no Kyojin Bijutsukan, like museum. And he was like, oh, and he kind of looked and he was like, oh, so, thumbs up. And then he went back to his book. Like, it was so weird. Like, he just went back to his book, was quiet again, and then he closed his manga and he opened up a novel and started reading. And I was so dumbfounded because this was like the, you know, I'm so used to people wanting to ask me the same fucking 10 questions or whatever I always hear. Where are you from? Is that your real hair? Really? Okay. How long you've been in Japan? Things like this, okay? And I was ready for that just so I could get into conversation and talk with them about Shingeki no Kyojin, but it was like he had no reason. Like, it was so weird. I did not get that. And like, he didn't even try to speak to me in Japanese. You know, I get it if he like tried to speak to me in Japanese and I was like, well, huh? What? I don't understand. But not even close. It was so weird. I don't know what's going, like, just a difference in the area and everything. Maybe people were always thinking, like New York, very similar, Tokyo and New York, very similar. Like, you know, everybody, they don't talk to you because you think everybody's trying to run game on you, basically, try and trick you or whatever, right? So, maybe that's what he was thinking, like, so people just stay shy and closed off. And I remember this was a big thing for me when it, living in Tokyo, this very much frustrated me because people would stare at me. In Fukuoka, people will come up to me, hey, your hair is cool, like, yeah, like, you know, you want to talk to you or whatever. They do want to make conversation with you. It doesn't go much further beyond that, but at least it's kind of interesting. But I do get kind of the celebrity treatment out here, which is gets kind of annoying at times because you can't make real friends. But in Tokyo, like, I remember this, in Tokyo, people would just kind of look out the corner of the eye, and when you turn around and say hello to them, they would look away or whatever. Like, they would look at you, and then the moment they notice you noticing them, they would turn away. And that used to annoy me so much, and I completely forgot about that until now. And it's like, yeah, you know, maybe I was interested in that one girl at the museum. I'm like, maybe you know, but I wasn't trying to like fuck her like right in the beginning. Right in the beginning. But I really thought like, wow, what a wasted opportunity. Like, I don't know if it's just otaku-ish stuff, like people just kind of keep their own, but it just seems strange that you wouldn't, if you like something so much and you're really there for that, like, don't people kind of want to be friends about that because you want to be around the people that enjoy the same stuff you do? I don't know, like, maybe I've been out of the States for too long, but I've certainly thought, I thought if I met people that had the same interests that I did in the States, in America, that you kind of want to keep it together like that. One of my best friends, I met him at the club, but the main reason we're still friends is that on a daily basis, every day, we can still talk about all the superhero comic book type stuff. And I've kept in touch with him purely mainly on that level, basically. But, you know, we've still met at the club. So, I don't know, it's weird, guys. That was a very weird situation about Tokyo, and it reminded me, it really made me think hard about, it's very difficult, like, especially with the YouTube stuff, like, you know, if I move back to Tokyo, I'm going to encounter that kind of stuff, that loneliness, that feeling of loneliness once again. You know, if I move back to Osaka, I'll be friendly, but I'll be around people that'll be very friendly. You know, you're gonna have to separate the really good friends from, you know, the fake stuff, or just like people just want to talk to you just to talk to you, Osaka. But at least you have a chance at some good relationships opposed to Tokyo. I'm like, how the hell do people make friends if, you know, they're all gonna, it was so weird. Like, you know, not to mention the fact that at both of these Shingeki no Kyojin events, it was like 95% all women. 95% all women. It was very strange. Yeah, very strange. Both days, both situations completely unrelated, so to speak. Alright guys, I think that's about it. Sorry, this one was a little longer than I had thought. It's 20 minutes and I apologize, 22 minutes, I apologize about that. But I did that. There's so much about Tokyo that I wanted to talk about. But those are definitely the main things. And I am working on job interviews. It really made me start thinking, I gotta get serious now. And now's the time maybe to start sending some of those feelers out. So I sent some job interviews, I'm asking around, trying to arrange some interviews. One big thing might have come up, something very interesting. I'll get into more detail later, but it'll be months and months from now. It's really just like NBA player. Maybe I talked about this before, but yeah, NBA stars, you know, there's a trade deadline and negotiations. These are like the small negotiations, but that trading season won't start until maybe the second week of January. That's when that trade season, and it ends at the end of March. So if you're looking to get a job in Japan, just remember that's about the time. January, beginning of January, and the end of March. That's end of March. April, you'll be lucky if you get something in April, but basically the start of the working year is April. So yeah. There you go, guys. It was a nice trip. I'm so happy. I really want to go back, and I'll get into more detail about the Shingeki stuff later on a separate video. But I will keep this Tokyo trip close to my heart next week during Christmas, just so I can be happy, basically, to stay happy. Wait, next week? When the fuck is Christmas? In 2 weeks. Oops. Okay, so like, subscribe, share, comment, all that stuff. I am going to get to this goddamn Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode. Let's do a reaction, I guess. And Flash. Alright, and I will check back with you guys next week.